Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padagmanam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Yutam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Vita Shri Vishakam Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatyadesh Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Gauratsena He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagapati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Kushabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hare Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Vivaha Sindhupya Evacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaurabhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we'll start 9th chapter. The place from where I'm giving class, power is not there, because of which my laptop is also discharged. I'm giving from mobile. Hope it is audible to all of you. Audible, yes.
Yes, bro, audible.
Yes, Prabhu.
Someone can share the screen from Veda base. Very, very important chapter. Oh, fortunately, electricity has come. Okay.
Should I share or?
No, you can share. Yes. Can you confirm that? Hare Krishna. Yes, please. Hare Krishna. So this chapter, 9th chapter is Brahma's prayers. So Brahma is offering his prayers to Garbhodaksha Vishnu. So Brahma's prayer for creative energy. Shloka number 1 to 25. Brahma is offering prayers. This chapter is not going to go very fast. This will take 2-3 classes. One prayer is like Vishnu Chakravarti Path has written a lot of connections, flows in it. So 1 to 26 is prayers. Then 27 to 43, the Supreme Lord replies to Brahmaji for his prayers. Then, 43 is the last. That's it. 44, Sage Maitreya said Lord Narayana disappeared. Should we start? Yes. Brahma Yuvacha Jnatosi me adya suchiran nanudehapajam natnyayate bhagavato gatirit avadhyam nanyatpadasti bhagavan pitanna sudam maya guna vitikara gurur vibhashi. It's a very important shloka. I just got darshan of Lord Hari, and after getting a darshan, he is offering this prayer. I think you're not sharing screen, no? Okay, I'll share. I'll share. No issue.
Okay, I was disconnected.
No, I'll share. You can make me co-host or something. I'll share this. ज्ञातोऽसि मे अद्य सुचिराननुदेहभाजां न ज्ञायते भगवतो गतिरीत्यवाद्यं नान्यत्वदस्ति भगवान् पितन्न सूदां माया गुणावतिकराद्यत् गुरुर्विभासि. So Brahma just got darshan, the previous chapter, and now he is, see carefully, Lord Brahma, thus being Sarsha with the mode of passion, became inclined to create. After seeing the 5 causes of creation indicated by the personality of Godhead, he began to offer his respectful prayers. So what are his prayers? Prabhupada is writing here, even one in the material mode of passion, to create something in the world, he has to take shelter of the Supreme for the necessary energy. That is the path of successful termination of any attempt. So therefore, he is taking shelter of Lord Krishna. So he has got darshan of Lord Krishna. So Nyato Asi me. Nyato matlab, Brahma is telling that I have known you. Asi means you, O Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Me, I have known. Adya Suchiran Nanu. It's like after long tapasya. This is one thing, concept in yellow. Then who cannot appreciate it? Deha bhajam nadnyayate bhagavato gatir avadhyam. Those who have mortal bodies, material bodies, they can't understand your supremacy, that you are the Gati. Swartha Gati ni Vishnu, Radha says. So those who have material bodies, they will not be able to understand that you are the goal of everything. Iti avadhyam. And on the other hand, they deride you. Nanyatvadasti Bhagavan apitan nasudam. And without you, O Bhagavan, there is nothing pure in this world. Maya guna vitikarat yat guru vivasi. And anything which seems to be attractive, that is because of the mixture of the 3 modes of material nature, which is the pleasure of crows, Svarga Sukh, Swargiya Sukh. But that kind of happiness is mundane. It is tasted by those people who are having crowish mentality. Tadva Visargo Janataga Viplava. The swans, on the other hand, Nirmantyu Sikshaya. I am like a swan. Basically, Brahma is saying the pure dudes are like swans. And those who delight in the Maya Guna Mitikara Yat Guru Vivasi. That seems to be great, contaminated by the 3 modes, but that is not Shuddha. only you are Shuddha. This is what Brahmaji's prayer is, the first prayer. Brahmaji has got his offered, he's trying to, you can see the background. Brahma is trying to meditate. After meditating for some time, not some time, Suricharan, long time, he is going to the tunnel of the lotus, touching the Lord and coming back up. And after that, doing all those things, he is getting this darshan. So, how much grateful Brahma is, his gratefulness is being manifested here by the way of prayers. Yes, Anand, one.
Lord Brahma said, "O my Lord, today, after many, many years of penance, I have come to know about you. Oh, how unfortunate the embodied living entities are that they are unable to know your personality. My Lord, you are the only knowable object because there is nothing supreme beyond you. If there is anything supposedly superior to you, it is not the absolute. You exist as the supreme by exhibiting the creative energy of matter."
Yes. So, I have understood, I have got to know you today, my dear Lord, by long tapasya. But this cannot be appreciated by those who have material bodies. Deha bhajam na jnayate bhagavato gatir iti avatyam. Those who have material body, they can't appreciate it. But only you are worth. And what else apart from you is worth being pure? Everything is contaminated by three modes. That is Maya Guna Vitikarad Yat Urur Vivasi. So what Prabhupada writes here is, he starts with uh, Deha Bhajam, those who have having material bodies, they are in ignorance. Because people do sinful activities because of ignorance, bodily conception of life. That bodily conception of life is because of ignorance. So in that, because they're conditioned by the body, they can't, the question that who is supreme doesn't arise in their heart. That is the problem. So Prabhupada starts with that. The highest peak of ignorance of the living entities who are conditioned by the material bodies is that they are unaware of the supreme cause of cosmic manifestation. Yes, Prabhu, we can read from different people till the Lord.
The highest peak of the ignorance of the living entities who are conditioned by material bodies is that they are unaware of the supreme cause of the cosmic manifestation. Different people have different theories regarding the supreme cause, but none of them are genuine. The only supreme cause is Lord Vishnu, and the intervening impediment to understanding him as such is his illusory energy. The Lord has employed his wonderful material energy in manifesting many, many wonderful distractions in the material world, and the conditioned souls, illusioned by the same energy, are thus unable to know the supreme cause. The most stalwart scientists and philosophers, therefore, cannot be accepted as wonderful. They only appear wonderful because they are instruments in the hands of the illusory energy of the Lord. Under illusion, the general mass of people deny the existence of the Supreme Lord and accept the foolish products of the illusory energy as supreme.
Yes.
One can know the supreme cause.
So what Prabhupada is trying to tell here is trying to speak about this. Deha bhajam na jnayate bhagavato gatir iti avadhyam. And Maya Gunad Vetikarat Yed Urur Vipasi. These two lines, these 2 points Prabhupada is trying to highlight in the first paragraph. That under illusion, general mass of people deny the existence of Supreme Lord. What Brahma is studying. Prabhupada is repeating the same thing what Brahma is speaking in this verse. And Maya Gunavitikarat, that which is illusory energy as supreme. That is what they are trying to speak. Yes, Prabhu, please continue. Now Prabhupada comes to the first and third line. Yeah, read it.
One can know the supreme cause, the personality of Godhead, by the causeless mercy of the Lord, which is bestowed upon the Lord's pure devotees like Brahma and those in his disciplic succession. By acts of penance only was Lord Brahma able to see Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and by realization only could he understand the Lord as he is. Brahma was extremely satisfied upon observing the magnificent beauty and opulence of the Lord, and he admitted that nothing can be comparable to him. Only by penance can one appreciate the beauty and opulence of the Lord. And when one is acquainted with that beauty and opulence, one is no longer attracted by any other. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Param drishtva nivartate.
Yes. So what Brahma Nanyat But Asti Bhagavan Api Tan Na Shuddham. So nothing can be compared. The beauty of the Lord. Nanyat Asti Bhagavan Api Tan. So that is what Prabhupada is highlighting in the second prayer. That Brahma is telling that today I have got your darshan. Fortunate to have got your darshan. And nothing else can be compared with your beauty, my Lord. Everything is just Ashuddham. So that is what is being Prabhupada is writing in his second paragraph. Yes. Same thing again, Prabhupada is continuing the third line. Nanyat. Continue, Prabhu.
Foolish human beings who do not endeavor to investigate the supreme beauty and opulence of the Lord are here condemned by Brahma. It is imperative that every human being try for such knowledge, and if anyone does not do so, his life is spoiled. Anything that is beautiful and opulent in the material sense is enjoyed by those living entities who are like crows. Crows always engage in picking at rejected garbage, whereas the white ducks do not mix with the crows. Rather, they take pleasure in transparent lakes and with lotus flowers surrounded by beautiful orchards. Both crows and ducks are undoubtedly birds by birth, but they are not of the same feather.
Yes. So this crows and ducks thing in last paragraph, Prabhupada is trying to tell you foolish human beings. That is referring to this again. Deha bhajam na jayate bhagavato yati avadhyam and maya gunat vetikarat yat guru vivashi. Those people who are fooled by the illusion, they are like crows. Basically, maya guna vetikarat. Vishnu Chandra Thakur gives this commentary, crows and ducks. The people who are, there is nothing very attractive in front of the Lord. Nanyat vadasti bhagavan apitan na sudam. And there is not shuddham. It may be ashuddham, but only Lord is shuddham. But if something is ashuddham and it is very attractive, that is like heaven, svargiras. But that is coming under maya guna vetikarat. Therefore, it appears to be vibhashi. And who is interested in that? Those people follow the karma kanda section, who reject the Lord. They want to go to heaven. They want sense gratification. They are compared to crows. But pure devotees who hear, who smell the Lord's lotus feet through the ears, it will come in the fifth shloka. They are swans. So this is what Prabhupada is exactly repeating Chakravarti Pad's commentary in his last paragraph, telling that foolish people, they don't try to investigate supreme beauty, but they are only happy with the material beauty, temporary thing. It's like crows are delighting in the rejected garbage, nirmantu sikshaya. But swans, they are they want the lotus. They are always in playing with the lotus, the transparent, beautiful orchards. They're compared to the pure devotees. Crows and ducks are undoubtedly birds. Both are jivatmas, but one is interested in material benefit, that is mixed with three modes of nature, but another is interested in shuddham, the beauty, the transcendental beauty of the Lord. That is what the this is what we have to understand from his prayers. This is what Chakravarti is mentioning in his commentary. Rupam yadetad avobodharaso dayena sashman nivrattatamasa sadanugrahaya ado grihitam avatar sataika bijam yannavi padma bhavanadaham avirasam rupam yadetad avabodha raso udayena. So now Brahma is praying in the first prayer. Listen carefully. Today, Brahma Ivacha Jnato Asime Adya Suchiran Nanu. After the long penance, today I have got darshan of yours, my Lord. Which is not appreciated by people who have material bodies, who think it to be materialistic. But you are not, you are spiritual. Anything which appears to be beautiful, that is materialistic, which is three modes of nature. So, Chakravarti Prabhupada says, what is the connection between first prayer and second prayer? One thing in prayers, na, Chakravartipad mentions in his commentaries are amazing. He has connections. What this prayer 1, 2, 3, 4 till 25 connect. How it is connected. So he says, Brahma is offered a prayer. Brahma is thinking, today I have taken your darshan after long tapasya. So Lord may have this question. That means the form which you are seeing today, that means my form which you are seeing now has been manifested just now. Is it not eternal? That means it is like people are born, they just appear and they disappear. Is my form like that material? Brahma immediately thinks, oh, Lord may get this question. Or Lord may, before the Lord asks this question to me, let me offer a second prayer. And he's offering what? Oh my Lord, just because I've taken darshan now doesn't mean that this form is manifested now, or it has appeared now, or it is created now. No. Rupam yad etad avabodha rasa udayena. Your rupam is eternal. Avabodha, it is made of internal potency, and it is the source of all the rasas, and all the rasas emit from it, and that nourishes. Saswan, eternal. And what are the qualities? Avabodha rasa udayena, Saswan, eternal. Nivritta tamasa, it is devoid of ignorance. And why this form has appeared? This form is not created today, my Lord. You have just manifested in front of me to bless me. Sad anugrahaya. Out of your devotion, out of your mercy, you have manifested this form in front of me. Sad anugrahaya. Adau grihitam. But somebody may say that you accepted this form today. You are not accepted this form. You're just this accepting is out of mercy for me. You have appeared to bless me, to manifest your mercy upon me. So this Grihita, Baldev Vidyabhushan, Sridhar Swami and Chakravartipad both mention this Grahitam like we take body. It's not like that. This Grahitam is Lord's form is eternal, but Adav Grihita means Lord is manifesting this form out of mercy for his pure devotees. And then Ado Grihitam Avatara Sataika Bijam. But this form of yours, what is that form? Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. This is Avatara Sataika Bijam. This is the source of Brahma. This is me, that Rajoguna Avatar, Tamoguna Avatar, Lord Shiva, and Sattvaguna Avatar, that is Vishnu. And that Shirodakshaya Vishnu, from him comes Nana Avatara, Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantu Rupam. So this is a seed of so many avatars which come in the material world. So this is what he's telling. Adao Grihita, you don't accept material form. This is manifested out of love for your devotee. Avatar Sadaika Bijam means this is the seed for hundreds of forms. It is seed of Guna Avatar, the seed of Shirodakshaya Vishnu, who's one of the Purusha Avatar, and he's going to manifest many avatars in the future. Many avatars are going to come from him. And fortunately, you are also my father without a mother. You have manifested me. Yannavi Padma Bhavanad Aham Avirasham. So this form is not created today. It is eternal. Avbodha Rasodena, Sashvan, eternal, devoid of tamasa, manifested, accepted, Adav Grihita to Sad Anugrahaya, to bless your devotees. And this is the source of Guna Avataras, Shirodakshaya Vishnu, who is going to manifest hundreds and hundreds of avatars. And I am fortunately born from your Navi. Padma Bhavanat Aham Avirasham. I am born from this. Brahma is telling that his source is this form. Yes, Mother, you can read.
Translation. The form the form which I see is eternally free from material contamination and has advented to show mercy to the devotees as a manifestation of internal potency. This incarnation is the origin of many other incarnations, and I am born from the lotus flower grown from your navel home. Purport. The three deities Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara, Shiva, are executive heads of the three modes of material nature: passion, goodness, and ignorance are all generated forms of Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, who is described herein by Brahma From the Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, many Vishnu incarnations expand at a different age in the duration of the cosmic manifestation. They are expanded only for the transcendental happiness of the pure devotees. The incarnation of Vishnu, who appears at different age and times, are never to be compared to the conditioned souls. The Vishnu Tattvas are not to be compared to the deities like Brahma and Shiva, nor are they at the same level. Anyone who compares them is called Pashandi or infidel. Tamasaha mentioned herein is the material nature, and the spiritual nature has a completely separate existence from Tamaha. Therefore, the spiritual nature is called Avabodha Rasa or Avarodha Rasa. Avarodha means that which completely nullifies. In the transcendence, there is no chance of material contact by any means. Brahma is the first living being, and therefore he mentions his birth from the lotus flower generated from the abdomen of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu.
So Brahma is the first living being, and therefore he mentions his birth from the lotus flower generated from the abdomen of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. That is what is being manifested. Yadna vipadma bhavanad aham avirasham. So Brahma told, I've taken darshan today, but don't think that your form is you created today. Your eternal qualities, nivritta tamasa, grihitam, avatarasdaika bijam. Prabhupada mentioning all these things in the purport. But Lord is asking question to him. But many times, many people say that the Supreme is Brahma Jyoti. Supreme is not the personal. Supreme is impersonal. What do you think about it, Brahma? So Brahma offers a prayer in the next shloka. What is that? The Brahman is not different from him. You are the source of Brahman, but Brahman is not your source. So you are the Supreme, and he offers his prayer. Connection is clear, na? So now he has told that your form is eternal, but we have heard that Brahman is eternal. So is this form of the Lord is eternal? You are speaking eternal, that means it's Brahman? No, this not this form of Lord is not Brahman. This is a source of Brahman. That is the connection. That is how Chakravarti mentions. Na tapparam paramayad bhavatasvarupam anandamatram avikalpam aviddavarcha pashyami vishvashajamekam avishvamatmam bhutendriyatmakamadastadupashritosmi natah param na atah, oh my Lord, thereafter. It's not your Brahma Jyoti is supreme. Parama, your form, yad bhavata swarupam, that is supreme. That is first line. Ananda matram, this Ananda is Brahmananda. This is Brahma Jyoti. Ananda matram, the Brahma Jyoti is avikalpa avidya varcha. That is sure. That is also eternal. That is unchanged. And it is not contemplated by three modes. That is there. But when I'm in the second shloka, when in the last shloka, when I'm glorifying you, I'm not glorifying the Brahma Jyoti, I'm glorifying you only. Why? Because this Ananda Matram Avikalpa Avidya Varcha is coming from you. And Pashyami Vishvashajam Ekam Avishwamatmam. So what Lord is trying to tell is here. So that means you are glorifying, you are telling two things here, that I am also supreme, and even Brahman is also not different from me. That means you want to take shelter in Brahman, or you want to take shelter in my supreme personal form. So Brahma is offering Pashyami Vishvashajam Ekam. That Ekam, Avishram Atmam. Ekam means you are one, your form is one, and Brahman is coming from that. So Vishvashajam, and you are the primary creator. I want to take in your personal shelter, in your personal form, which I am seeing in front of my eyes. Pashyami Vishvashajam Ekam Avishram Atmam. I am seeing in front of my eyes you, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. I want to take shelter in you. Then the Garbhodakashayi asks question, but you are also going to create, you are also Vishvashajam, you are also secondary creator. Brahma is in the fourth line. Yeah, being empowered by you, I am secondary creator. But when I create, I become proud. But when you create my Lord, You are untouched by pride and illusion. You are Atmaram. That is Bhutendriyatmaka Madas Tad Upashrita Kosmi. This is how this is 4 lines are. That means, second shloka, Brahma is offering, you are eternal, your form is eternal, but that is referring to Brahma Jyoti. He's saying, no, your form of personal, supreme personal form as Garbhodaksha Vishnu or Mahavishnu, personal form is, or has many acharyas are writing, Brahma got to see Krishna's form. This Krishna's form is the source of all Purusha avatars, one Brahma. So this Sarupam, Bhavat Sarupam, is the source of your Brahma Jyoti, Ananda Matram. So third line, but I take shelter in your Bhavat Sarupam, Vishnu Shridam Ekam, by which you create. That is the Garbhodaksha Vishnu's form. And I am also secondary creator, but when I create, I become proud. But my dear Lord, Upashritosmi, you don't become proud. This is the meaning of this verse. Yes, Mother, you can. Anushu, you can.
O my Lord, I do not see a form superior to your present form of eternal bliss and knowledge. In your impersonal Brahman effulgence in the spiritual sky, there is no occasional change and no deterioration of eternal potency. I surrender unto you because, whereas I am proud of my material body and senses, your Lordship is the cause of the cosmic manifestation, and yet you are untouched by matter.
So what Prabhupada takes is, he tries to tell that many people, because they don't have bhakti, they conclude, because of speculation, they conclude that impersonal feature is everything. But even those who practice bhakti, it's not that they will understand fully Krishna Bhagavan. They can only understand to some degree. So therefore, here the Advaita is coming, whether Krishna's form is personal or Brahma is taking shelter of the impersonal, is glorifying God. So Prabhupada thinks that Brahma is a devotee. So Brahma is in bhakti. Therefore, is glorifying Krishna only. That is the mode in what Prabhupada writes a purport. And then it glorifies unlimited avatars in form of Brahma Samhita quotes. Yes, please read the purport.
As stated in Bhagavad Gita 18.55, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati Yavan Yaschasmi Tatvata. The Supreme Personality of Godhead can only be partially known, and only by the process of devotional service to the Lord. Lord Brahma became aware that the Supreme Lord Krishna has many eternal blissful forms of knowledge. He has described such expansions of Supreme Lord Govinda in his Brahm Samhita 5.33 as follows. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Dullabam Adullabam Atma Bhaktau Govindamadi Purusham Tamham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is non-dual and infallible. He is the original cause, the cause of all causes, who expands in many forms. Although he is the oldest personality, he is ever youthful, unaffected by old age. That Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be known by the academic vision of the Vedas. One has to approach the pure devotees of the Lord to understand him. The only way to understand the Lord as he is by devotional service to the Lord, or by approaching the devotee of the Lord who always has the Lord in his heart. By devotional perfection, one can understand that the impersonal Brahmajyoti is only a partial representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, and that the 3 Purusha expansions in the material creation are his plenary portions. In the spiritual sky of the Brahmajyoti, there is no change of various kalpas or millenniums, and there are no creative activities in the Vaikuntha worlds. The influence of time is conspicuous by its absence. The rays of the transcendental body of the Lord, the unlimited Brahmajyoti, are undeterred by the influence of material energy. In the material world also, the initial creator is the Lord himself. He brings about the creation of Brahma, who becomes the subsequent creator, empowered by the Lord.
Yeah. In the material world, the initial creator is Lord himself. But Lord creates Brahma to do secondary creation. But then Brahma becomes proud. Lord never becomes proud. That is the last highlighted in the green. Madas Bhutendriyatmaka Madasta Upashritosmi. So Brahma is telling in first, today I have taken your darshan. Second, I have taken darshan today doesn't mean that this form is appeared, created today. It has been eternally existing and it is Shashvat. It is devoid of tamas. So connection to the third one. That means, is this Brahman? That means my form is Brahman? No, your form is not Brahman. Brahman is just a part of your form. Your Swarupa as Bhagavan is the supreme. But you create, you are primary creator, I'm secondary creator. And I take shelter in your personal form. But when I become secondary creator, I become proud. But you don't become proud, my creation. Because you are, that is the difference between you and me. So now, when Brahma is telling that this is not Brahman, so Lord asks him, why you are taking shelter in my personal form? Why you should not take shelter of the Brahma Jyoti? What makes you do that? Okay, you understood. You as a devotee, you understood that I am superior than Brahman. Why most of the people go beyond Brahman? And why you don't, why you are not going beyond Brahman? Why you are beyond my supreme form? Answer to that, Brahma offers a fourth prayer. Tadva idam bhuvana mangala mangalaya dhyanes manodarshitam topasakana tasmai namo bhagavate anuvedam tubhyam yo nagrato naraka bhavir asat prasangai. These prayers are amazing prayers. If somebody can meditate on these prayers, all 25 prayers you can just remember. Why? Brahma is not meditating on the Brahma Jyoti as told in the third verse. So Lord is asking, if Lord asks us question, in answer Brahma is telling, Brahma Jyoti meditation for impersonalist, it is klesha adhikataras tesham avyakta chetasam. Bhagavad Gita. Lord says, same thing Brahma is telling here. Oh my Lord, your personal form, tadva idam, the Supreme Godhead Shri Krishna va idam, this present form, is a boon. Bhuvana Mangala Mangalaya. This is for all 14 planetary systems. This is a boon. Anybody who wants, it's like a desire fulfilling tree. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, or Pancham Purushartha. Whatever they want, they'll get from this form. Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yate Purusham Param. Akama, Sarvakama, Mokshakama, Udaradi. Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yate Purusham Param. But on the other hand, the impersonal process is so difficult. It's not easily achievable, and even the boons are also not Bhuvana Mangala. But your personal form can give for a dharma, it will give dharma. For person wants artha, it can give artha. For person wants kama, it can give kama. For person wants moksha, it can give moksha. Person wants you, it will give you. That is your Bhuvana Mangala Mangalaya. Dhyanesmano darshitam tu upasakanam. And second reason Brahma says, why I am not worshipping impersonal Brahman? Because when I tried my best to go to the tunnel of the lotus down for 100 of my years and come back, and then I meditated on you. I did dhyana on you. Dhyanes mano darshitam. That time I did not get Brahma Jyoti realization. I did not got darshan of Brahma Jyoti or impersonal Brahman darshan. I got dhyanes mano darshitam tu upasakanam. The form which I worshipped, I was your worshipper. The darshan which I got was your personal form, which is Bhuvana Mangala Mangalaya. Two reasons he quotes. Why I don't worship impersonal Brahma Jyoti? Because there is no Mangal in it. It is only Shunya. Or it is only Sat feature, eternity. And second thing, when I did Dhyana, I did not get the revelation of impersonal Brahma. I got the revelation of your personal form. Therefore, I worship your personal form. Tasmai namo bhagavate anuvidam tubhyam. Therefore, I worship you anuvidam tubhyam. But there are some fools, Mayavadis, are materialist, asat prasangai, who are materialist, who are taken association of materialist, or who are taken shelter of speculation. Those people Anuvidam tubhyam, they don't accept you. Nadrato naraka bhagbir, because they're destined to go to hell. I accept you, your personal form. I don't accept, although your impersonal form is not different from you, but accept your personal form because of Bhuvana Mangala, and that is what I got revelation in the meditation. But there are some fools who accept the impersonal form, or who don't accept your personal form because they're destined to go to hell because of materialistic association. Asata prasanga, or they deride your personal form. That is what the next prayer is. Yes, next. Duty can. Charana Ravindu Group.
This is
Yes.
the present form or any transcendental form expanded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Krishna is equally auspicious for all the universes. Since you have manifested this eternal personal form upon whom your devotees meditate, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Those who are destined to be dispatched to the path of hell neglect your personal form because of speculating on material topics. Regarding the personal and impersonal form feature of Supreme Personality of Supreme Absolute Truth, the personal form exhibited by the Lord in his different plenary expansions are all for the benediction of all the universes. The personal form of the Lord is also worshipped in meditation as the super soul Paramatma, but the impersonal Brahma Jyoti is not worshipped. Persons who are addicted to the impersonal feature of the Lord, whether in meditation or otherwise, are all pilgrims to hell. Because, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita 12.5, impersonalists simply waste their time in mundane mental speculation, being addicted more to false argument than to reality. Therefore, the association of the impersonalist is condemned herewith by Brahma. All the plenary expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are equally potent as confirmed in the Brahma Samhita. I'm not able to read.
दीपाचिरेव दशान्तरमपि पेत्य दीपायते विवृतहेतुसमानधर्मा यस्ताद्रगेव च विष्णुतया विभाति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
The Lord expand himself as the flames of a fire expand one after another. Although Sri Krishna Govind is accepted as the original flame, the Supreme Person, all of his expansions such as Rama, Nrsimha and Varaha are all potent as the original Lord. All such expanded forms are transcendental. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is made clear that the Supreme Truth is eternally uncontaminated by material touch. There is no jugglers of words or activities in the transcendental kingdom of the Lord. All the Lord's form are transcendental and such manifestations are ever identical. The particular form of the Lord exhibited to a devotee is non-mundane. Even though the devotee may be full of material desires, nor it is manifested under the influence of the material energy, as is foolishly considered by the impersonalists. Impersonalists who consider the transcendental form of the Lord to be product of the material world are surely destined for hell.
Lord Brahma is worshipping the personal form because it is all auspicious. And second thing, that is a form which is on meditation. And who neglects it? Those who are speculators and who are interested in material topics, they neglect it. Therefore, the correction to the next verse is among worshippers of Supreme, Lord is their personal, and his impersonal feature is Brahman. So Lord's personal worshippers are called as Bhaktas. The impersonal worshippers are called as Jnanis. So how Bhaktas? What is that connection of Bhaktas with the Lord? How Lord deals with his devotees? Why he is accepting the personal form? He is accepting the personal form because by personal form one can connect a personal relationship with the Lord. And among the two types, Jnanis and Bhaktas, the devotees are successful and dear to the Lord. That is mentioned in the next book, 3.9.5. And therefore, Brahma is telling, I am becoming your devotee. That is Brahma is telling in 3.9.5 and 3.9.6. Among twos, in Brahma Jyoti worshippers and Bhagwan worshippers. Bhagwan worshippers are much more successful than Brahma Jyoti upasakas. And therefore, Brahma is studying. How they are successful, that is mentioned in 5th and 6th verse. Because they meditate on Lord, they worship Lord, and Lord takes over their heart. This is a shloka, very, very important shloka. Very famous shloka in Bhagavatam, glorifying the bhakti process. Yattu tvadiya charanambhuja gandham jigaranti karana vivare shrutinvatanitam bhaktya grihita charana paraya chatesham na paisinata hridayam guruhat svapumsam. So controlled by your devotee, na paisinata hridayam buruhata svapumsam. Hridaya, heart. Amburuhata, lotus. Nata, O Lord, you conquer the lotus of the heart of your devotee. Why? Bhaktya grihita charana parayacha tesham. Being controlled by their devotion, you control their heart. How they control you? How the devotees control you? The devotees control you by Yattu tvadiya charanambuja kosha gandham. Your lotus feet is there. Your lotus feet has tulsi and the sandal dust of the lotus feet. That fragrance, kosha gandham, they smell it. Jigranti, they smell it. Karana, generally we smell by nose. But how do you smell it? By karana, by ears. Jigranti karana vivare shrutivata nitam. Carried by the winds of the Vedic literature or Bhakti literatures, the dust of your lotus feet is smelled. The fragrance of the dust of your lotus feet is smelled by their ears. This is what conquers. By this they conquer you, and you conquer their heart. Therefore, the personal worshippers are much more successful than in-person worshippers. That is what is being spoken here in this verse. Yes. Next devotee.
O my Lord, persons who smell the aroma of your lotus feet carried by the air of Vedic sound through the holes of the ears, accept your devotional service. For them, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts. Purport. For the pure devotee of the Lord, there is nothing beyond the lotus feet of the Lord, and the Lord knows that such devotees do not wish anything more than that. The word "tu" specially establishes this fact. The Lord also does not wish to be separated from the lotus hearts of those pure devotees. That is, the Transcendental does not wish to separate himself from the hearts of the such pure devotees. It is understood that they are specifically dearer to him than the impersonalists. The relationship of the pure devotees with the Lord develops because of devotional service to the Lord on the authentic basis of Vedic authority. Such pure devotees are not mundane sentimentalists, but are factually realists because their activities are supported by the Vedic authorities who have given oral reception to the facts mentioned in the Vedic literatures.
Yes. So now, one may ask, okay, devotees are much more successful than impersonalists. But impersonalists are yatis, they are renounced, they are sannyasis. What if the devotees are having wives, children, wealth? Are they also called as materialist? That is the next shloka. Brahma is telling, even the devotees, even if they are having wives, children, wealth, business, they are not materialist because the dust of your lotus feet has gone into their ears. Once anybody hears that shloka is there, na, Guru Goswami is telling, oh my dear Gopi, don't try to go on the bank of Yamuna where this Govinda is standing. If you go there, then you will lose all your attraction for your family life and you will be lost. Same thing. Brahma is indirectly telling that those devotees who are grastas, they have wife, children, wealth, they cannot be counted as materialist. They are also glorious compared to the impersonalists who are renounced and who are sannyasis. That is what next shloka is. You read this book, Paraya?
The word paraya is very significant. Parabhakti or spontaneous love of God is the basis of an intimate relationship with the Lord. This higher stage of relationship with the Lord can be attained simply by hearing about Him, His name, form, qualities, etc. from authentic sources like the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam recited by pure, unalloyed devotees of the Lord.
Yes. तावद्वयं द्रविणदेहसुरुन्निमित्तं शोकस्पृह परिभवो विपुलश्च लोभ तावन्नमेत्य सदावाग्र अर्तिमूलं यावन्न ते निगयम् अभयं प्रवृणीत लोक तावद्वयं द्रविणदेहसुरुन्निमित्तान् until Bhayam, fear, Dravina, wealth, Deha, body, Suran, relatives, Nimitta, for the matter of Shoka, lamentations, Praha, desires, Paribhava, paraphernalia, Vipulas, Chalobaha, they are averse. Tavan mameti asad avagraha arti moolam, Yavan nate angri abhayam pravanita loka. So they may have relatives, friends, and all those things, but still property, but arti moolam, but you remove all these anxieties by because angry abhayam, your yavan nate angry abhayam pramanita loka, because they take shelter of your lotus feet, which makes them fearless. Because of that, they are also glorious. Yes, next devotee.
O my Lord, the people of the world are embarrassed by all material anxieties. They are always afraid. They always try to protect their wealth, body, and friends. They are filled with lamentation and unlawful desires concerning their paraphernalia, and they variously base their undertakings on the perishable conceptions of my and mine. As long as they do not take shelter of yours safe lotus feet, they are full of such anxieties. Purport. One may question how one can always think of the Lord in regards to his name, fame, qualities, etc. If one is embarrassed by thoughts of family affairs, everyone in the material world is full of thoughts about how to maintain his family, how to protect his wealth, how to keep pace with friends and relatives, etc. Thus, he is always in fear and lamentation, trying to maintain the status quo. In answer to this question, this verse spoken by Brahma is very appropriate. A pure devotee of the Lord never thinks of himself to the proprietor of his home. He surrenders everything unto the supreme control of the Lord, and thus he has no fear for maintaining his family or protecting the interest of his family. Because of this surrender, he no longer has any attraction for wealth. Even if there is attraction for wealth, it is not for sense enjoyment, but for the service of the Lord. A pure devotee may appear to be attracted to accumulating wealth just like an ordinary man, but the difference is that a devotee acquires money for the service of the Lord, whereas the ordinary man acquires money for his sense enjoyment. Thus, the acquisition of wealth by a devotee is not a source of anxiety, as is the case of a worldly man. And because a pure devotee accepts everything for the purpose of serving the Lord, the poisonous teeth of accumulation of wealth are extracted. If a snake has its poisonous teeth removed and then bites a man, there is no fatal effect. Similarly, wealth accumulated for the cause of the Lord has no poisonous teeth, and the effect is not fatal. A pure devotee is never entangled in material worldly affairs, even though he may remain in the world like an ordinary man.
Yes. Okay. So these are sequence of the prayers which Brahma is offering here. 6 prayers we have seen today. The 6 prayers, Brahma is very delighted to get the darshan of Lord. And he's telling, today I'm very fortunate to have taken the darshan. But that form is not created today. That has been eternal. That is second shloka. And he's telling that to substantiate, he's telling that it is eternal. It is divide of 3 modes. It is Shashvata, Tamasa, Nivritta Tamasa. So Lord may ask him, that means I'm Brahman. Am I impersonal? No, you are not impersonal. You are actually person, and your form is a source of Brahma Jyoti. Or both are same, but you and Brahma Jyoti is same, but you don't come from Brahma Jyoti. Brahma Jyoti comes from you. Then why don't you worship Brahma Jyoti? Because personal form gives Sumangalam. It fulfills all desires. Akama Sarva Kama Moksha Kama Udarari. Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yati Purusham Param. And then the form which I got darshan in my meditation is not the impersonal form, that is a personal form. That is what Brahma is telling here. So after telling that, what is the glorious? The impersonal form is seen by the Gyanis. The personal form is seen by the Bhaktas. So what is how Bhaktas are more successful than Gyanis? Because by hearing, by smelling the fragrance of the lotus feet of the Lord through the Vedic scriptures, through the breezes of the Vedic scriptures, they conquer the Lord, and the Lord conquers their heart. And the materialist always busy with their money, with their wealth, with their relatives, with their tension. But on the other hand, devotees, even if they are married, even if they are wives, even if they have children, even if they have property, they are glorious. They become successful compared to the impersonalists. So in this way, we have seen 6 shlokas of Brahmaji's prayers. Further shlokas we will see in the next week. Right now, I have a train to catch, so I have to leave now. I'm in a transit, so I tried my best to take 1 hour session today, but at 4 I have a train, which has become late. It was about 3:15. It has become 4 o'clock. So in that way, I could take 1 hour session. So further shlokas, we will take it in the next class. We'll go quickly. We'll the next 2 Saturday, Sunday, we'll try to cover this 9th chapter. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And meanwhile, please complete your OBAs, open book assessments, because the 2nd unit checking is done. The 3rd one started. And till 5th unit, only 9 devotees are given. So therefore, I have seen in the list that 20 devotees. Please try to complete your OBAs. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.